Sometimes you just kill the wrong people. Sometimes you just kill the wrong people. There are errors, mistakes, major errors, bad mistakes, and fatal errors. And when Jason Jordan Smith murdered Angelina Lucia LaMalfa, he made a mistake of catastrophic proportions. Now, there's no denying that Jason Jordan Smith was an extreme psychopath, compelled by the darkest of urges of torture and murder. He was a sadist, a twisted and tormented mass murderer who tortured his victims before slowly strangling them, and by a dint of good fortune, he remained undetected for more than a dozen years, as he toured the countryside with his mobile torture chamber. But even so, he really should have been more careful about the choice of his last victim. Jason was a loner, who never knew his father. There was no father named on his birth certificate, and his mother, a consultant pediatrician at a local hospital, refused to answer any questions about his father or who fathered him. He hated his mother for that. In fact, he hated his mother for just about everything. He also hated the remainder of the human race. At school, Jason was an above-average pupil, not outstanding, but was good enough to pass his GCSEs in 9 subjects, achieving his best marks in maths and chemistry. He was quiet in class, somewhat of a loner, and the other kids, especially the girls, thought him a bit creepy. Whilst other adolescent boys might fantasize about sex with a pin-up girl or the prettiest girl in class, Jason's fantasies were far darker, fierier, and filled with flames and agony and screams. Like most psychopaths, Jason Jordan Smith started early in life. When he was 12 years old, Lucy, the family cat, produced a kindle of unwanted kittens. However, instead of taking the kittens to a vet to be humanely put down, as his mother instructed, he took the tiny beasts out into the woods behind his house and tortured them, holding them by the tail, head first, over a lighted candle, reveling in the kittens' squealing in agony as he roasted their heads, imitating the torture that Apache Indians and other Indian tribes inflicted on their captives, suspending them head first over a slow fire so that their blackened, roasting skulls finally cracked and split after hours of agony. The last of the kittens he impaled on a stick and then left it to die in agony. The other bodies he tossed deep into the woodland, where the foxes and crows would soon find them and so destroy the evidence. The feeling of sublime ecstasy, of exhilaration that Jason felt as he inflicted the torments was so overwhelmingly powerful, he knew from that point in time the road that he would be traveling. He was destined to be a sadist, a torture-inflicting murderer. He knew this with such clarity, it was a blinding light of revelation. Some people feel a calling to the church. Jason felt a calling to torture and murder. Following the torture of the kittens, his next formative atrocity, apart from pulling the wings off flies and crisping butterflies over candles, saw Jason capturing the toy poodle belonging to a neighbor. Taping its jaws together to stop it barking, he then took the struggling dog deep into the woods, where he spitted the beast and roasted it alive over a fire, ejaculating in ecstasy as the tortured beast screamed out its torment in muffled squeals and agonized yelps. He was 14 years old.